to a special edition of Progress Reports. I am Io, and I hope everyone's having a wonderful Wednesday, a wonderful humpity-dumpity day, and we're going to be doing stuff a little bit different today. So, welcome, everybody. For those who may not know, this week, hi Puppet, and Noob and Doggymon, welcome. I'm having a horrible day because you said that. Well, the majority of your day, because I said humpty dumpity, I feel like I say that every time. Hi Nimbula, welcome, welcome. So today is going to be a very different type of stream, at least that is the hope. And we are going to be using this time to kind of just be candid and informative and supportive. As for those who may or may not know, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. At least in the US. I don't know if this is international or anything. Hi Cryptic and Pika and Maru. I don't know if this is international, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I think the music is a little too quiet. I'm trying to put like chill music today so that we can kind of have a bit more like a chill, like serious type of vibe. You know what I mean? But this month, oh hi Bobsy, I'm sorry, hi. No place but North America matters when it comes to holidays, exactly. We do have it here too, just in universities. Yes, it is also Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month too. So we have a lot of things to celebrate in May. But this month is a celebration for, also this is going to be Nintendo music, so if you notice some Nintendo songs playing, that's probably why. That was it, you know, apparently that's what's Pikmin. So I wanted to just spend this month to kind of talk about mental health. And I know this doesn't really sound like much of an interesting topic, but I find that oh god, is Nintendo gonna copyright strike me? No! Maybe I should find something else so I don't get copyright strike. So what was I saying? I know this may not be like 100% entertaining or anything, but I find mental health and like taking care and just the concept very important to me, just because of a lot of stuff that I've been through and a lot of stuff that I know others have been through, and then a lot of things I've experienced with relationships and things like that. A lot of it is really, mental health is really the paramount and a lot of a big factor on things that many people don't consider. And so, you know, I really care about, you know, the Gomi Bakas, and if there's any way that I could, like, I don't know, just have a forum, an opportunity to educate or at least just share or have some kind of safe space for those who, you know, are kind of new to the concept or new to all of that, can have like a way to at least be introduced to the idea without it being so scary. And that is my goal. And I also, you know, want to share a lot of the stuff that I have gone through, because I personally, with myself with mental health, is very unique, I would say. Like, I actually have not met anybody who has what I have. And, you know, regardless of what you're really, you know, going through, whether or not you're quote-unquote diagnosed or undiagnosed to some kind of like mental health, you know, disorder, as what people would call it, or disease, or I don't know what people really call it nowadays. I think it's still really important for just the regular Joe to be able to you know, figure out mental health things, because it is just as important as physical health. You know what I mean? Your body does feel strangely and awful if your mental health is not feeling great. So the way I am thinking about doing this 5-step formula is, one, to kind of just talk about, I found a website that gives a little bit of information about like the history of Mental Health Awareness Month and why it's important, etc., some numbers and things like that, and we could talk about. And then I wanted to also give some like advice, or not advice, but like suggestions on things that I have been able to use to kind of help me with certain things. And I definitely have a lot of examples of how it helps with things. The mental health situationship. I hope it's more than a situationship, okay? Hi Mike, how are you? And so and then after all of that is said and done, I'm going to go to the progress report forums, because I had asked anybody who wanted to share any of their thoughts, any of their comments, any of their experiences to submit it in the progress report. And I did check. A lot of you guys did not follow directions, but that's okay. Thanks for the lurk, Darkbolt. It's okay if you guys didn't follow directions. So if you just put in like a regular progress report, it's totally fine. I will read it anyways. But like if you do have any like thought bubbles and stuff, you know, then I would be glad to hear it and have some kind of discussions about it. So let's get started. I feel like I'm like leading a class or something. I don't want you guys to just sit here and listen and make it like, I know that like the stuff that I'm talking about is like, I don't want this to just be like, oh, it's like a lecture or something like that. Like we can still hang out and be chill and stuff. I just want to, yeah, don't worry about it, Cryptic. If you guys have any thoughts afterwards too, you can definitely. I did not bring slides, I promise. But like, I want this to be like somewhat entertaining still, so maybe I'm going about it a little too seriously. I don't know. We can jive. We'll figure it out. So, okay, so what is Mental Health Awareness Month? Like, we got the slides here. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of this, because, you know, lesson 1 about slides. For anybody who still needs to make slides, don't put text that you're going to read on the slides and you just read it out loud. You want to just bullet point points, and then you like kind of have like all the information in your head, and then you do all that stuff. It's time to make mental health fun again. Exactly. Hi, falsified faces. Welcome. Exactly. You want more pictures and diagrams and just bullet point ideas. But we're getting a little bit unrelated to what we're talking about. So Mental Health Awareness Month comes in many facets, and I think it's not just for those with, you know, very more severe mental health struggles, but I think for just a regular person, it's important to have too, to focus about. And there's a lot of just day-to-day things, even just to help you navigate through the thing that is life, because life is unpredictable. Life is, you know, life is unpredictable. And you know, if you can learn how your mind works. And God, do I sound like a guru? Do I sound like a guru? If you kind of learn how your mind works and learn a lot of like introspection, you actually can interact with your world in a way that makes you feel better, and puts you more in control of what you have. You know what I mean? So that is one of the benefits of, and I definitely would like to hear, you know, anybody have any ideas or like concerns, or, you know, instances where they feel like, you know, this is something that I can really talk about or work about this, you know? It just, and so I want to, yeah, so the point of Mental Health Awareness Month, I did not read this paragraph, but we want, with the way the world works and the way that a lot of countries work, mental health is very much stigmatized, just because it's like something that you don't physically see. You know what I mean? Like physical health you can really see. And with mental health, it's often, you know, disregarded as a major reason to why we do things, or why things happen to us, or why things may go wrong, you know? And we really don't have a lot of support systems in place consistently around the world on taking care of our mental health. And I think it's even worse or more important for us because we live in a hashtag society. And when you live in a hashtag society, you are kind of just like put into a situation where you have more things to think about, more things to worry about than if we were just monkeys. If we were just reduced to monkey, the main things our mind would be focused about is food, mating, child rearing, and that's pretty much it, right? Society has made things a lot more complicated, and so I think it's easy for us to kind of like pinpoint what monkeys get depression as well. No, there is this Onion video of like someone trying to teach gorilla that he's gonna die and giving him existential crisis. You know what I mean? Yes, we do live in a society. So, I know that there's a lot of hi Random Roost Brains. I know that there's a lot of us that, you know, in our server struggle with a bunch of different mental health related issues, or at least, you know, don't really know the best way to kind of tackle this. And so I've seen it. I've seen people in my server kind of like, including me, you know, I'm very open about when my mental health is not doing so well. And so I think it's important for us to just be open to talking about it. We got a monkey about 2026 politics in it. What? No! So, my goal, how many times have I said my goal? But I think this is important because a lot of my viewers I care about, if not all of you, but like those who homie G's, I care about you guys, and I want to, I don't know, be able to impart some kind of wisdom / impact that you can go about more than just anime girl playing Digimon cards. Do you know what I mean? I thought that echoes because of my room. Wait, what does that mean? So yes, so my purpose, I know about mental health discussions with IO. Exactly. So who can benefit from Mental Health Awareness Month? Well, yeah, they said everyone. I feel the same way. I think everybody, like, even if you're not naturally like diagnosed, I feel like, you know, have you ever had somebody who you've interacted with who like they make more problems for themselves in a way where you look at them and you're like, why are you doing that? You know, or even with yourself, you're like, why am I doing this? And having, you know, butting heads and just being unable to resolve these like issues that you go about day by day. And I think a lot of that is because a lot of us haven't really learned to kind of look introspectively and thinking about you know, our, how do I really say this? I think it's more like a lot of us haven't been learned or imparted with the knowledge of how to really work through our minds and process the way we feel, right? There's this concept of like in our brain. So this is a little bit, why is this mysterious music playing? It's like Professor Layton, what's going on? So there's this concept of like id, ego, superego, which isn't necessarily 100% accurate in psychology anymore, but the reality is that when we respond to stimuli in our brain, like a lot of the instant or quicker reactions that we respond with, like the ones that are more instantaneous, are like anger, frustration, and like those kinds of emotions. And it's only after you have some time to kind of work your brain a little bit that a lot more of the rationality and thinking about the bigger picture and all of that comes into play. So it's like when you have a good stream, good luck in the racer study, Dark Bolt. So the what am I saying anymore? Yeah, so I feel like a lot of mental health strength comes with being able to work through your brain and be like, okay, this is why I think this way, this is why I do things this way, this is why I'm not okay with this is why I am okay with this, and then being able to learn about yourself that way. It's all about learning who you are. And so here are some metrics of people who, you know, anxiety disorder, depression, PTSD, bipolar, borderline, OCD, schizophrenia. Like there's a bunch of different types of mental health issues that, you know, present itself in a bunch of different ways. The thing that I deal with, not on here. So, well, I guess anxiety, but is you know. So, with that out of the way, I as a local AI who has gone through many years of therapy and trying to learn more about myself because of my unique type of situation, I have some storytelling. So if you guys are interested in learning about little old Io and the life and times of said Io, learning about what's going on with her brain, today is story time, and I am open to revealing it all. You guys ready? Very much story time. So, and then the music changed. Now I'm like in a bar, sipping coffee, and I'm like, I got a story to tell you guys. Listen to this. Ah. Boy, do I got a story to tell you. That's like the vibe I have. Okay. So, I don't know how long this is gonna go for, but if any of you guys have any questions, thanks for the posture check. Stop winking at the camera. That was not intentional. I don't really have the best vision right now, so things are kind of blurry, so I might be squinting. But no, it's not beer. It's actually just sparkling water. Imagine doing a mental health awareness month drunk. I think I need to be sober for this to be believable, right? Yes, Pika, what is your question? This all feels strangely scripted. Oh, Bobsy, I want you to know I have done less than 10 minutes of preparation. Maybe less than that. Maybe like 5 minutes preparation. I was just like, okay, let's do this, and then we're good. Question, when you for some reason thought you're not alone in the body, is it also mental issue? Did I say that before? Am I scripting the music? Absolutely not. It's literally just a playlist. Have I talked about not being like in my body? Weird. Okay. Yeah, it's so weird that everything just like transitioned perfectly. Okay, story time. So, your little AI pal Io has an interesting set of mental related situations that I think you brought up dissociating in past progress reports. Yes. Yeah. I suffer the same somewhat, but there are more yous. I feel like that's different than what I have. There is only one me, I feel like. I'm pretty whole. I'm a, what was that one South Park game? The cracked butthole? You might consider looking at dissociative identity disorder. I know there's a bunch of different spectrum of what that work is like, but you know, that is a thing that people do struggle with. Exactly, the fractured butthole. What did I say? The cracked? The cracked butthole. Okay, so, let's see, how do I, okay, so, I'm just gonna talk about a lot of my mental health traveling and the reason why I'm very, like, in tune with mental health. I think I've always just been a very anxious child. Growing up as a kid, very anxious. Look at this child nostalgic music playing out, just frolicking in the flowers and just having a great time, you know? And then, yeah, and so I really just had natural anxiety as a kid. I'm not 100% sure why. It might be like some type of lack of, you know, parental presence and care that I may have needed as a kid, but I was always just very anxious. Like whenever my parents would be late coming home from work, I'd be like, oh, they're dead. You know, even when I was a kid, like they would be gone because they took a detour to go shopping or something. I'd be like, oh, they're dead. Okay, all right. And then I would just start calling them excessively. So I just have a high amount of anxiety that's always been inside of me. But I was a relatively decent, you know, had a really nice, well, I mean, other than elementary school drama, right? Like, well, that's unrelated, but relatively decent kid, right? Until there was this one instance where I had this weird thing happen to me, and ever since then, it kind of turned into this really big issue, fear, etc. My extended family always tell me my mom flew the coop when I was young and gave me trauma. Yeah, like when kids are very impressionable. You have to be careful with what you say to them. You know what I mean? Like my dad was really not around because he was working, and my mom is she was the epitome of a tiger mom, you know. So emotions and processing emotions and feelings were not really part of it. And I think with someone who's just generally very anxious, it's not necessarily the environment that was best for me. I do appreciate my parents and what they did, but like, you know, I think I needed a little bit more that I did not get. I was a crybaby growing up, and I felt like I had to stop being a crybaby. And I think that might also have been one thing that was that kind of led to the canon event. So Cryptic said, there was one time I was in class in middle school, and I was just listening to lecture, or like my science teacher or math teacher talking about lesson, and then just a flick, and there was a snap, and suddenly everything felt weird, like wrong. And when I say weird and wrong, it's really hard to explain, right? But I think like even now I don't know whether or not anyone has actually 100% felt the way that I felt. Hi, Holmes! But I think that's just the craziness of like our brains, right? Because our brains are all different. So it's not going to be a one size fits all. But before I go more into detail, maybe I should talk a little bit about like the thing that I have. I am 99.9% sure that I, in addition to anxiety disorder, have something that's called the lamp starts looking funny. What kind of lamp? Like a lava lamp? I have something called a panic disorder. And so I would like to ask you guys, how many of you have ever heard what a panic disorder is? What panic disorder is? Shut up, dog! Yeah. So, panic disorder is something that I have never met anyone to have, and it took me a while, and then when I started reading it, I was like, wait, that's me! What the hell? But, so, it is not even on the list, right? So panic disorder, there's two different types. The one that I would say that I have, and I'm probably still, like, probably not as badly now that I'm older and I can control my brain a little bit better, but I have panic disorder with agoraphobia. And agoraphobia is basically the phobia of not feeling like you have an escape. I guess it's like the fear of being in places that you're not familiar with. Like, let me just get the definition. Hold on. Agoraphobia is Oh, okay. Agoraphobia involves fearing and avoiding places or situations that might cause panic and feelings of being trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. I'm scared. I'm scared of the back rooms, guys. I'm scared of the back rooms. But yeah, I do have like panic disorder with and agoraphobia. And so the thing that happened when I was in middle school was like this, like again, there was this, hi Doncho, how's everybody? I'm just like, I'm so depressed. Hi everybody. You mentioned that before with the camping trip, I believe. Really? Man, I really lore dropped more than I thought. Yeah, it's basically, to sum it all up, from middle school to high school, I would have BGM as a paid actor, and know it. What did the music change again? The music changed into something powerful. Very, very, stop story time. Guys, have your tissues? To use for tears, okay? I need to specify that. Panic attacks are weird, anxiety is weird, sometimes shit is just unexplainable. Yeah. So, between middle school, high school, I would randomly get this feeling of displacement. And even now, I think I probably still have it, but I've been able to kind of like maneuver through it a little bit better. But the way that it happens, it would kind of just be like, has anyone ever gone high before? Has anyone ever had an edible where you're like, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, and then you're like, wait, oh my god, I'm not fine, I'm not fine. What the hell's going on? What? I'm not fine, I'm not fine. That kind of feeling of just like you feel and you're in the moment and everything's chill, and then you blink or your brain skips or something like that, and then suddenly the world around you doesn't feel right. The sensations are off. So you get high with friends. I mean, I don't think weed is weed legal in Indonesia? I forgot what you guys told me. But I'm a pure innocent soul. I would never touch a drug. Good, Cryptic. I support that. I support people who also like to imbibe once in a while too. High on oxygen? That's not good. You can't be overly high on oxygen. But the feeling that I would get, which would lead eventually to a panic attack, and I can also elaborate a little bit. This music is suddenly really loud. I'm trying to tell a story here. Kirby! Kirby's music's so loud. It's called the Quiet Forest. It doesn't feel quiet at all with all these... Okay. Except for caffeine. Yeah. Yeah, caffeine is kind of crazy. So, the things that I would feel is just like not feeling like I'm in my body, not feeling like my sensations really make sense. And that's why a lot of existential conversations feel really difficult for me, because I already have a hard time grasping reality when what the state of dissociation really feels. And to try to put it in layman's terms, it's kind of like, it kind of feels like you're watching a movie, but also like not watching a movie, because you're moving and acting in the place, but then everything you touch and everything you say doesn't feel like it's coming from you, even though you're doing it. I'm kind of feeling it right now. It's like the more I talk about it, the worse it gets. Pure oxygen. Pure oxygen will kill you. Yeah, it kind of feels like you're living in a simulation, because it's like you start questioning like these people, and like your brain recognizes it, and then you're just like, I don't really. And so when I was a kid and I didn't really understand what these were and why it was happening, whenever it happened, I would freak out really badly. I would scream. I would try. I mean, if I could scream, I would scream. But sometimes I can't scream because it happens randomly.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece
Wait,
of garbage.
Stardust! Oh my god, it's been so long! I know pure oxygen will kill me. I watched JoJo. Did you know that the air in Earth is like 70% nitrogen? You're not even ingesting that much oxygen. So there are times I'm like, well, I'm still existing in the real world? Yeah. So imagine kind of getting these flickers of losing reality and your senses being really off, and no one has an explanation for you. And you kind of just go into a panic. And so I really struggled with those kind of episodes and really just trying to make sense of all of it. And it took a while for me to go get seen with a counselor, but that didn't really work. Well, because my family did not believe in mental health, and I had to talk to an aunt to talk to my mom to do it. But a lot of it felt like, does it occur often? Actually, it does. Would it help if you asked someone to reality check you? So when it happened, I did open up to some of my friends growing up, and I remember there was one time we were in like algebra class and we were watching Nacho Libre. We were watching some kind of movie, and then it just happened, and I told my friend, I'm like, oh my god, I'm having this like episode slash panic attack slash dissociation thing, and I really, and I just asked my friend for his hand, and he just held my hand, and to let it pass, because normally it lasts like maybe 10 minutes, and then I slowly kind of get back into it. But you talk to your friends about these things? What does math have to do with Jack Black? I think my teacher secretly really liked Nacho Libre. I 100% watched Nacho Libre in her algebra class. Unrelated story, my algebra teacher tore her pants in class once. It must have been so awful for her. But I mean, come on. You know how sometimes in school you just have random movie days? Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. I couldn't turn to my family about it. Talk to my friend about these kind of things and they made fun of you. Yeah, see, this is one thing that we have to talk about. You guys are being exactly right. You guys are exactly right. And this is something that I struggle with too, especially with family, where we don't feel like we can talk about our feelings. It feels uncomfortable, it feels unnatural. And I think that's something that I struggle with too. Like, if people remember that in Discord, I was like, I kind of want to tell my mom I love her. And it became this really like big, uncomfortable, you know, situation where, you know, I called my mom and then I started crying because I you know, we don't talk about feelings and stuff like that. And so just being able to talk about your feelings is also like very important for mental health, because we are not meant to hold all of these things together. And I really want to bring that home, that we're not meant to hold these feelings together. And of course there's a concept of oversharing, right? Like, you got to know who has space for those kind of things, right? You can't just be like, my mom, like, I'm thinking about jumping for joy like every day. Like, you can't do that, right? You gotta have some kind of candor when you do it, but it's still really important. And I'm like, you know, I get it, and I really, feelings are meant to be expressed with the ones we trust and love. Exactly. And so, like, I get. And this is why, like, I know a lot of my viewers are bros, and I know that with bros, mental health is not something that is commonly shared. Let me tell you an anecdote about Meru. Alright, Meru? For Mental Health Awareness Month, you gotta pay attention. I have an anecdote about Meru. Meru was having a bit of a not so great day and feeling very, like, just not a great day, and he was just feeling really down. I'm not gonna say more than that because that is his personal thing. And then I was like, hey, when's the last time you told Umbra you loved him? And then he was like, never? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? Hi, you were told you'd be trash here, but I don't see any. We're all trash. Everyone here is trash. Look at the badges, right? Remember the story, Meru? And so I was like, yeah, he was like, I've never told Umbra I loved him, because he was like, he was feeling very, like, you know, unappreciated, or like, you know, that people don't really care about him. I'm like, Umbra cares about you. Umbra, like, really cares about you, right? You should go and tell him that you love him. And he was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I was like, do it. You should do it. Why are you not telling him that you love him? You know? And he's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Right? I'm like, you better say that you love him to right now. And I bet you 100% that he's gonna take it, like, he will take it in stride. Like, you guys need to stop being so weird and pussy about male feelings. You know what I mean? And so he did he did it, and then Umbra messaged back. He was like, yeah, no, I appreciate you. Like, I really do love you and stuff, man. Like, I know we don't say it a lot, but, like, I do. And then I was like, did that make you feel better? He was like, a little. My bro friend group is pro mental health and telling each other we love each other. Quick drop, you are such a great bundle. Does that mean you've told Gumbula that you love him? Right? So, it's great that Umbra is not here, because then we can talk about this. So, I think it's very important, you know, if you guys have a friend, you know, that you really care about, or a friend that you really do, like, miss, or you haven't seen in a while, it's great to just check up on them, you know? I tell Gumbula and the bros I love them all the time. That's great. I'm very happy for that. I also slapped Meru, called him a pussy, and told him to admit his feelings. People generally get weird about telling the bros you love them. Yeah! Like, a lot of toxic masculinity things and stuff like that. So, I mean, like, I do too, especially with some friends. Like, I'll admit it, she might be listening. I do have some struggles with, like, telling, you know, Sarah I love her, because sometimes she pisses me off and then I don't love her. You know, like with some people, I get a little bit more cat-like, a little bit catty, especially with my family, right? I don't tell my mom I love her that much. I don't tell my sister I love her, but I do, right? Just because it's rooted in a internalized practice that just makes it hard for us to be like that. Even though Noob bullies me a lot, I love him as a friend, I'll admit it. Alright, Noob, you got it. Do you love Bobsy back? I'll make you eat overtime and 3 crit from Blaster Dark soon. And so, I think you guys need to tell each other. Bobsy and Noob need to kiss and make up. Yeah. You love them, then they piss you off. Exactly. Exactly. Like, I think it's important for us to also, if you ever want, like, kind of like closer relationships, it's really important to like take that step to be more easier to say I love my bros when we're eating gay chicken. Or, yeah, quote unquote playing gay chicken. I'm sure you were playing gay chicken. So and like this is something that I need to work on too. So with some people it's very easy for me to be like I love you, you know, and right, I very much care about you. And then with some people, I'm just like, I do, but like, I don't want to say it. But like, that's not really, it'd be better for us to, you know, give my bros hugs and we say I love you all the time, schlag, and then there's the occasional hand holding and fake smooches. I mean, that's good. Do you think one of you also might be, might be gay? We don't say we love each other, but because we don't want to start yaoi. I don't know, you guys should start yaoi. Some off, you know, off the top yaoi, you know what I mean? I love to have the Gomi Baka as my family, including Ione, since she does act like a sister as of lately. I mean, I do look over people, right? I want to see Gomi Baka yaoi. That's crazy. We have Maddox do like that smooching emo, but it's just 2 Gomi Bakas. So, and also it's like the importance of mental health is also being able to easily express when you aren't happy with somebody, right? We're not acting away, we just love each other. Exactly. It's also just not, it's also being able to express when you are dissatisfied in a way that is productive. I have had, was my dog crying? The hell? Okay, I've had many dealings of friends where there were disagreements or I was hurt or like something really just made me upset, and it really, and this is a part of a mental health awareness too, because it really bites you 100%, relationship relating things. And so it really felt like I wasn't supported by people because like we weren't able to communicate in a way that was effective, and you kind of lose things, you know? And when you lose things that you really care about, it does impact your mental health. So I also think it's important, you know, to, if someone is upset with you, or if someone, you know, is trying to talk to you about something serious, being able to know how to, one, convey it right, because you may be justified, or not justified, like everyone's feelings are valid, but everyone's feelings are valid, but you also hold the responsibility on how to display those emotions. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say, for example, I'll give a Digimon TCG example for people to you know, for people to understand. Let's say, oh, actually, we could talk about, let's talk about things that if you need to take a moment apart. Yes, it's true. Like, you don't always just want to, like, talk right in the moment, but you also need to know when you need space to, you know, simmer. Like I was saying, like your brain immediately goes to like anger, like very ride or die, you know, emotions. And then after some time you cool off and you think about it a bit and you're like, man, okay, I can be more level-headed. So even knowing when you need a timeout and saying you need a timeout to people is also very important. But let's use, for example, Wasn't there that Pokemon TCG thing where the guy like threw his like card, his hand on the field and kind of like jumped for joy prematurely, right? Like let's say you were the guy who got disqualified for doing that, right? Let's say you were the guy that got disqualified for that. You would be rightfully upset, right, for getting disqualified, right? But like you still have like you have a right to be upset about it. But no, there was also one for Pokemon TCG. Some guy was playing. Hi, Kendrick. Someone was playing like the TCG game with somebody, and then he drew something that was like a game winner or something. He got really excited, threw the cards down on the field, kind of messed up the game state, and just like jumped around and was like, yes, I won, you know? And so he got disqualified for that, and of course he's valid to be disqualified because he went through all of this and he's valid to be upset, right? I don't know how the guy actually reacted at the end of the day, so this is a hypothetical thing. So like being able to express your upsetness about it while also being understanding of like why it's happened, or learning why that, you know, questioning what the decision. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's say for example this guy wrote a Twitter post, right? Which one do you think is a little bit more productive? The Twitter post that goes like, you know, today I got disqualified and I'm really upset about how it happened. I would like to ask, you know, the TCG judges, the input. I've reached out to some people or something like that. Like being a little bit more like I am upset and I have a right to be like express that, but you are also being respectful and thinking more in like a grand scheme of things while still making the point that you have these feelings. But you're still thinking about it. Alternatively, if all you think is like your feelings and you're going like, "Dad, this is bull crap, and I'm so upset, I'm right, I'm justified," you know, like that actually sets you back because you're feeding into the initial, you're feeding would be the most healthy way about going about it, blaming yourself. So it's not about blame, and that's one of the things that is really important when you kind of work through these thought processes. There are these things called cognitive distortions, which actually helps with these kinds of situations because the way that our mind works isn't necessarily logical, especially in that moment. And so blame is never really like productive, right? Unless you murdered somebody, yeah, the blame's on you. Don't murder someone, right? Like, but like, it's not productive and it's not conducive. Yeah, I was actually spin. Is this Fire Emblem music? Let's see. This is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yes, it is. We're playing Nintendo music in the background. So it's like, it's not saying like don't be mad. Like when someone's mad and you go don't be mad, that's like the worst thing you could say, right? It's more like if you have some emotions that you need to go through, it's like, yeah, you want to process what your brain is thinking first. Think about like the grand scheme of things and break down what it is, like I think there should be a blame on yourself, but more in a taking responsibility way. That's not blame though. Taking responsibility is different from blame. Ah man, when you say take responsibility, I think about Jimmy Boy from Mouthwashing. That man, oh, that's a case study. That's a case study in itself. Also, I love you, Cryptic. Thanks for the love confession. Sorry I didn't see that. But it's more like you want to be able to look through the way your mind is running through the course of events and be able to identify whether or not it makes sense in the grand scheme of things, right? So with the headset thing, it's not really about like blame, because you can over blaming yourself is also like not good for your mental health either. Like there's two spectrums. There's like people who always don't blame themselves, and there's people who always blame themselves, right? And like I don't know if any of you have interacted with people who just like are very much like when one thing happens they go, it's my fault, it's because I'm this, I'm that, it's because of this, I'm sorry. Somebody who like apologizes too much even when they don't need to apologize and not really holding their weight, that's not good either, right? Yeah, no, him, it's me. Well, that's not good either, okay? You want to be able to look at yourself and see what, you know, what flowers you deserve to give yourself and what flowers that you need to give others. You know what I mean? Stop it! Why are there so many of you guys being like, yes, that's me right now? That's not, like, it... People who say things will only get worse after they make one mistake are so tiring. So, that's the thing. You know what I mean? I have dealt with somebody who was kind of like that, where whenever there was any moment of, like, concern I have of being like that I wanted to bring up, like let's say this hypothetical person was doing something that I wanted to let them know I was not okay with, they would, rather than addressing what I'm saying, they would go, it's because I'm depressed, and then just starts going down this depressive rabbit hole, right? And then rather than them being like, oh, I like, you told me something in confidence, your emotions are valid, let's talk about it, it turns into me being like, no, come on, don't worry about it, like, you're not, like, it's gonna be okay. And then I have to shelf my own emotion, my own emotions just to make them feel better, right? If you are that person, that's not healthy for your own mental health, right? And it's also not healthy for people who care about you either, because there will be people who really do care about you, and it becomes extremely difficult for them to talk you through these situations, you know, because you're wearing them down. You know, you want people to see you, to also see you in a way that, you know, is more reflective of how you want to be seen. Do you know what I mean? They're going to feel it if you are overly harsh on yourself, and it's like a gas in the air. Don't say I guess, bro. You know what I like. You know what I'm saying. Thanks, Popsy. I'm about to recognize that people care about me. Thanks, guys. Ugh. And then there's also like the people who overextend themselves for others and not take care of themselves, right? The thing about a situation like that is the focus is primarily about emotions rather than choices and solutions. Well, sometimes solutions and choices isn't. This is just turning into relationship talk, but I would say this is all part of mental health too. But choices and solutions isn't necessarily what is needed either. What's important is that you hear what you are feeling and you hear what other people are feeling. Listening is very important, and when it comes to your own mental health, listening to what your mind is telling you, what your body is telling you, is very important, because it's very easy for us to dismiss what our body is telling us. Do you know what I mean? And that leads us into a situation where either we physically feel bad, we have shorter patience and we lash out, or we get, you know, really down in the dumps, and you really feel lost because you've kind of reached a point where it just becomes too overwhelming, right? So really learning and working on mental health is a skill, a practice, but it's also like it's for people you care about. You know what I mean? It's not just for your sake, it's also for people who care about you, people you care about. As someone who has been in therapy for almost a decade, who has dealt with this stuff basically my entire life, there are a few different things that present similarly. What do you mean? some people are used to being blamed, so it kind of feels like there's a reason to self-blame. Yeah, exactly. And that's also like a thing that needs to be noted. You know what I mean? If you are that person who's very used to being like, you know, everything's my fault, or I have to be the one that fixes it, you know, it's my responsibility, you know, that's also not good for your mental health too. I'm looking at you, Meru. I've had this I'm gonna call him that again. I have had this conversation with Meru many times, and I've also talked to Umbra about it, because Umbra is also like, man, he overextends way too much, and I'm like, he really does overextend too much. When's he gonna have time to think about himself, right? This is my way of saying Meru is mental health. Remember when we were talking about me, and then we're just talking about Meru now? When it comes to always blaming yourself, there's trauma that comes from always being a scapegoat. There's people who need to feel in control, so they take on the blame. There's manipulators, etc. Yes. Yeah, it's very complicated. And there may be many reasons of like thinking about, you know, blaming yourself. And that's why this dude's a mental head case. No! Hi, Finn. You overextend in Digimon with your big goons. Yeah, I mean, I am here to... The reason why I bring up Meru like this is because I want him to hear what I'm trying to say, because he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen, and it's funny because this model looks so cute. Your hair looks so fluffy. Oh, thank you! It's funny because when I do give him advice and then he actually does it, like once in a blue moon, he'll be like, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm right, aren't I? And then he just like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think it's for those, like if you are somebody who really is hard on yourself, I think it's important to really break down why you think you're feeling that way. It's just something that an individual person needs to figure out in therapy, but can be hard to parse if you're just someone interacting with them. Exactly. And of course, I am not a mental health professional. I am not a therapist. Do not come to me with things that cannot be done more as just like a supportive friend, right? So I know a lot of people, and this also comes with like mental health things. There's also stigma with counseling, therapy, and people think like therapy is either a sign of weakness or it's only for those with like actual quote-unquote disorders or things like that. Yeah, wait for the next topic to go. Oh yeah, this reminds me of yet something else about Meru. Oh yeah, I think Meru should go to... You can't say that though. They have to really reach that decision on. Yeah. Thanks for talking about this way. Just having normal conversation about things can do a lot of good. Oh, don't worry, Rave Lord. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate your input and like everybody engaging. I think it's good that we have these kind of conversations. Mary, I hope you're listening and not... Mary, stand in front of the class. Move to the front seat, okay? We do stick... Okay, I will give an anecdote about this. I think therapy is something that... It's kind of like a physical. Even if you feel fine, even if you don't really have anything like serious, like grief or like some really major health things that are going on in your life right now, therapy is still important because it's kind of like a class, you know? By going to counseling, they kind of what do you call it? They challenge you in a way to get you to learn how to use your brain to think about these things better. You know, help you break through a situation and really come to an understanding that really makes sense, right? So like this is probably going to be a little personal, but like I really do believe in counseling and therapy, even when I think some people will look at me and be like, why are you doing this? Like, isn't this a little excessive? But like, if you really care about it, like care about the situation and like what you're doing, right? I went to couples counseling with a friend because we were having, like, we really cared about each other, right? And again, we were just friends, right? We really cared about each other, but we were kind of in a situation where, like, we really felt like not being friends was the only thing that we could do. But we both really cared about us being friends, right? And so we went to couples counseling to kind of help us break through and break down like what it was that was giving us a bunch of hurdles, and how we could slowly, you know, think about things, think about ways that could have us be better friends for each other, right? And now we're still friends. We're good friends still. You know, we still see each other, and that's just one simple example. Like, it doesn't have to be like something. I think that's neat you did that thing. That's so vague. I think it's neat that you did that though. Yeah, I think like if you were to go to somebody and be like, oh, I'm going to therapy with my friend, and they'll be like, why? You know? It's like, why are you doing that? You know? It's only for like if you're about to have a divorce, or like if you're in a relationship, or if you're, you know, and it doesn't really matter, that kind of thing. Therapy in this economy? Radio mode on time? Yeah, that's the only thing. I feel like the only thing that can really hold us back with therapy is price. And I really do understand that, like, there is a hurdle for a lot of us to be able to go to therapy. I think if you are able to have that resource and make use of it, definitely use it, right? Otherwise, there are ways that you can still work on yourself without like without being able to go to a counselor. I want to get therapy before problems get way worse. That's true. Exactly, Quick Drop. Like, if you, like I said, it's like going to lecture throughout the semester, and you're slowly learning the things that you need for the final, right? Or not going to any of the lessons, and then you go to that last like study session, emergency study session before finals. Which one is better? You know what I mean? Like, if you're always making sure that you're taking care of your mental health, then hear me out. They told me I was gifted when I was young, therefore no need to go. What does gifted mean in this context, Holmes? But it's true. I did get recommended a mental health book. If you guys are interested in knowing what that book is, I can definitely recommend it. It mainly talks about, that book is all about kind of like working, but yeah, there is trauma that comes from being called gifted too. Being the golden child, there's also trauma that comes with that. Nobody told me that was just hypothetical. Break, damn, man. But what was I saying? The when I was talking about, I would say I went to therapy for some deep stuff years ago. My very first therapist session, my therapist asked if I was lying about that session being my first, and then every session didn't really help out. See, this is one of the like the problems, is that not all therapists will be good for you. There was one time, oh my god, like there are some therapists that have been really good for me, and some therapists I'm like, what is your deal? And so there was this one time I was like actively seeing this one counselor to try to help with like childhood related. Basically, I was going to counseling to try to figure out why I have panic disorder and like what caused it in the first place, if there was any way to cause it. And the therapist went on maternity leave, and so she was like, okay, let me give you this other guy that you can go see temporarily. I went to one session, and he was just like, afterwards I was like, what just happened? Like, this guy, like friggin', but so he was like, the therapist was like, oh, this is. It was kind of like he was just trying to like pressure me into getting better. Do you know what I mean? So there are different you know, counseling styles. Some don't work for everybody. So good night, Gumballa. They don't work for everybody, and so it's important to kind of like don't get jaded, and that's the best I can say. Sometimes we have this voice that's telling us negative stuff of ourselves, but when we have to be conscious that it's not telling facts. Yeah, that is also like a cognitive distortion thing. I think actually let me bring up cognitive distortion, because I think this is a concept. It's a concept in cognitive behavioral therapy, which is something that that some counselors use to help, you know. And so let's see if there's a good. Okay. Lesson time! So, cognitive distortions is just TLDR is a list of ways that your brain could be irrational, right? And so the way that you can use this knowledge of cognitive distortions is to tackle some of your thoughts to see whether or not they are quote unquote rational. And you work on it until you kind of believe it, Naruto. Right? So there are some good examples. Like the thing that I was talking about blaming is I think there was one of them here. But I don't remember right now. Absolutely, you have to be your own best advocate in therapy. I've seen a lot of good therapists. There are a few. I'm glad I didn't see more than once. Yeah, it definitely is. Like there are some counselors. There was one I really liked, and then she left to go for work in a VA hospital, which I'm like, that sucks. But like I could definitely give you guys examples of these kinds of thoughts. You know what I mean? Change the way we see the negatives in life and prove they aren't real. Yeah. So for example, magnification and minimization is like when there's a certain event and you either blow it up bigger than it actually is in the big scheme of things, or making it seem like it isn't a big deal. So if we use Meru for example, right? If something like really like, there have been instances I'll be like, hey Meru, how are you doing? And then he'll be like lists all these bad things happening, and I'll be like, wow, that sounds really like tough. Are you okay? You know, that's a lot of things that are happening to you. And he'll just say, I'm fine! Exclamation point. I'm like, no, you're not! Hello? So this would be an example of minimization, because it's like, let's say your dog passed away, right? And you'll just be like, oh, you know, it's okay. He was old, you know, he was getting sick. I needed to let him go, you know, even just thoughts like that. That's also an example of minimization, because it's like, even if those things were true, you still really cared about that dog, hopefully, right? So it's important to catch yourself with these thoughts and like identify like, oh, that's minimization. Magnification, in another instance, is like raging in League. If you're just playing a regular, I don't know, rando game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I don't know, and you lose or something bad happens, and then you go like react like the world is ending. You gotta sit back and think like, did I really need to react that big just because you know, at least I'm not that one. Can you not? If I break in this TCG, it's all my fault, and I'm bitches. Exactly, like all of that is is also a cognitive distortion, you know? It's like, okay, you bricked. What is the grand, like, is this really gonna be something for you to be like this upset about? Like are you, if you're reacting like this when you brick in a Yu-Gi-Oh game, how are you gonna react when you get in like a car accident? You're just gonna, like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But pride is a sin, puppet. Pride is a sin. And it's bad manners when you kind of rage like that, you know what I mean? Should we just watch Smash Rage compilations? Last time I got in a car accident, I just stared. See, you know, And so the next one is overgeneralization, making broad interpretations from a single or few events. So yeah, so overgeneralization is like, you know, the example that they have here is I felt awkward during my job interview. I'm always so awkward. So it's like, oh, let's say you have a friend or something and you invite them out, and they're just like, you know, I'm busy. And you're like, man, they don't like me. They don't like me because they rejected my invitation to go hang out. You know what I mean? You mean the one smash video you have? Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. That's overgeneralization. And there are many, you know, jumping to conclusions. Exactly. Oh, that's a different one. Jumping to conclusions. You know, it kind of works hand in hand. You know what I mean? Thanks for the hydrate, Tony. Let me hydrate. And then magical thinking is kind of like, if like a cause and effect that doesn't necessarily cause and effect very well. Overthinking every combo, thinking you did something wrong is so stressful. Yeah, it's not good for your mental health. That's why it's important. And we don't really have to go through all of this, but I think it's important. Maybe you guys can look up cognitive distortions on your own if you're curious, because I think it's really important to really note these things. Like some things like should statements, that this is something that I would struggle with, right? Because, for example, if it's like, people will be like, oh, you don't say, you know, hold on, like, why don't you cry in front of your parents or something like that? Like, why don't you want to cry? And I'd be like, because I shouldn't cry. I shouldn't cry in front of them. Does shrugging off a crush count as one? Well, depends if it affects your mental health, right? It depends. It depends on how the situation of the car accident. Like, I did get in a car accident when I was younger, and I was worried that my mom was gonna react really, really badly. But she was just like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay." And that was it. And that was a good way for her to handle that situation, because if she got really angry, then oof, that would make me feel bad, right? So I definitely recommend, if you find yourself in a situation where you're kind of like struggling to really when you have, like, let's say those nagging thoughts that kind of just hang in your head, I go back to work. Have a good rest of the stream. Everyone, don't forget to love and support your fellow Gomi Maka. Thanks for hanging out, Bobsy. You have a good one. Have a good rest of your work day. I'll post this also in the server if you guys ever want to look at it, because it really does help. Like, you would like break down your thoughts, and then you would kind of look at which of these may apply to your thoughts and explain why it may apply to it. Like, it really feels like homework, but it's like, it gives you the practice to, it gives you a good practice of being like, oh, you know, when it comes into your head, it'll be more easy, like, oh, I'm jumping to conclusions, or, oh, you know, I'm disqualifying the positive. There are many times, like, noob, sorry, I'm gonna call you out, disqualifying the positive. A lot of people, homework that you can apply in everyday life. I think it's still important, you know? I think noob does the disqualifying the positive a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, if we'll say like, oh, I appreciate you, noob, and he'll be like, get away from me, you know? That doesn't mean anything, you know? But it means something for us to give to you because we appreciate you, you know what I mean? Rejecting positive things that are positive for you or for others, it's not giving you that grace or appreciate that gentleness that you deserve. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean, noob? Don't do those crying emojis. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a mental health awareness month, and I'm gonna point at each and every one of you. Just point. Yeah, exactly. If you understand what I'm saying, that means you got something out of it. Okay? I'm gonna call all of you out. So, yeah. I'm not saying I'm perfect, and I don't think there is ever anybody who, you know, doesn't ever do all these things. Even the most perfect person in the universe, the most mentally well-adjusted human, is bound to do one of these things at some point. Do you know what I mean? So your mental health is also about, you know, figuring out these things and learning. There was that one talk we had when I went away for a bit. Yeah. Did it change your life? I'm changing everyone's life in DMs. So, right. I think we went a little bit, like, off topic, but I think it was still important that we had, like, we talk about these things. And so, point being, there are a bunch of little small things that you as a person can do to help with your mental health. And I really hope that you as a person, or even if you feel like you don't deserve it, if you can at least just like maybe once in a while just like think to yourself like, well, how do I really feel about things, and kind of do that mental exercise, because even if it's hard in the beginning, it really will help you in the future. This is one of the first times I really talked to someone about how I feel. See, that is good. That is a good way of, you know, expressing, what do I say? It's one of those kind of like, I wouldn't say Hail Mary, but those chances that you take on yourself. Those chances that you take on yourself are very important. So, you know, I don't expect everyone to be like, oh man, I'm ready to hashtag mental health every day. Do that mental health grind, you know what I mean? Like, I don't expect that. But I hope this at least gets you to think about it a little bit. And so like when someone talks about cognitive distortions, you're like, oh yeah, that one lady talked about it that one time. That was kind of, you know, or like when, you know? And I definitely have a lot of personal anecdotes of, you know, times where I felt like it wasn't ever gonna get better. I'm feeling hashtag good and hashtag ready to hashtag get through my hashtag day. Damn it, Holmes. Yeah, it's like even I will be honest, you know, there was this, maybe I shouldn't say it on stream. Yeah, I won't say it on stream, but there have been many times where my mental health was hashtag not good and felt like things were gonna hashtag not get better. But the reason why what do you mean that's when I said, wait, so can you say hashtag awesome sauce when I said that? That is such bad timing. But at the end of the day, the thing that keeps me going and trying, and this may not necessarily be the same for everybody, right? I think about the fact that this is my one life. This is my one chance to live that life. And I don't want to lose and give up that life while I'm still here. And that is one of the reasons that I keep pushing through things that may be rough and trying to find a way to bring myself back up, even if like it isn't always that easy. Because I'm sure you guys knew, like during the earlier months of this year, I was really down, and you know, really feeling like, is there really a point? What's going on here? And like, you know, and it's just, at the end of the day, I want to believe in myself, and I want to believe that I will have a good life and be the best person, the best experience, the best impact that I can be, even if I'm just like, you know, some random person on the universe. You know, I don't have to be, you know, Jesus, but I'd want to at least not give up. And so even when it feels like it's easy to give up on yourself, I think everybody has God, I'm staring at Beelzebub right now. He's really hot. We can all have that opportunity to feel that way about yourself, you know, and feel that you can be better. You deserve to be better. You are hashtag better. You know? Oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah, so I just want to let others feel that too. Never give up, never surrender. Even if it's hardo, we have each other. Alright, with that out of the way, and random ramblings out of the way, let us go and do our progress reports now, shall we? And I know that some of the progress reports have nothing to do with Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Oh, thank you for the gift subs. Aw, so sweet. Why are there 22 responses? Hashtag bless, hashtag y'all. Stop that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hashtag love, hashtag yourself, hashtag mental, hashtag health, hashtag y'all. Hashtag bless. Damn. We just turned into hashtag land. Thank you, Holmes. I really appreciate it. 21, I doubled up. God damn. Okay, so we have a lot of progress reports to go through today, and thank you for those who submitted, even if it may not have anything to do with Mental Health Awareness Month, but I will read them regardless. So, should I change the music? Why is it so, so Asian right now? Oh, it's Okami? That's why. I had a lot more to say. You should put mine in a doc file. Is it about yourself, Meru? Because you have a lot to say about for others, but you don't have a lot to say about yourself. I would have followed the prompt had I known there was one. No, don't worry about it. Like I said, it's okay, it's okay. You'll have access to the server end of the month. So Asian? See, that's what I'm saying. It's for others. Meru, how about you put one for yourself? What's wrong with Asian during AAPI month, huh, Ayo? This isn't an Asian stream though. This isn't a very Asian time of our streams. But anyway, first progress report. I'm now a college graduate. Congratulations to Kayan, and I'm asking chat for anyone that is willing to take a freshly out of college CS graduate with little to no experience in an office setting for a job. As long as it pays well and can let me have my hobbies and a decent personal life, I don't care. I just want out of my state. Anyways, I also opened 3 boxes of BT25 and got a crap ton of Bill Starmons and Asunas. I really did not want these cards, bruh. Wait, Sakayan. What do you mean, who told me? I mean, you announced that you were a college graduate, and you announced that you didn't have a job, and you announced that you got a lot of Beal Starmons and Asunas. Like, it's you. It's you! If you want to get hired, you have to work for it. Oh, well, here is some advice, Sakayan. Since you are a freshly out of college CS graduate with little to no experience, that's not great. But I would recommend maybe looking for jobs in in states that don't have high populations. That's all I have to say, because the CS is very market is not great, but maybe Texas or North Carolina, I heard. But yeah, CS graduates have been rowdy rough boys. So hopefully you can find things as long as you search all 50 states. You have a 49 out of 50 chance to get out of where you are. You could end up in Alaska, I don't know. This feels very rough right now. Good luck, Sake and my goat. Yeah, good luck. I hope you can find something, but still, congratulations and completing your studies, and I hope you can find something soon. Did I mention I have an alt art of both of those cards? I really think it's a sign that I don't want it. Hopefully some schmuck takes the bait. Wow, an alt art Bill Star is actually gonna go for quite a bit, right? I got an interview back in January for North Dakota and they didn't accept me because I was a little too hesitant on moving to Grafton. They desperately need people in North Dakota. They already have so few people in regular Dakota, and then they split it. And they were like, why isn't anyone here? This is 100% a Professor Layton song. I freaking knew it! This is 100. I used to play Professor Layton at least like the first, what was it, the first 4? 3 or 4? Before like the prequels and stuff. It's so good. I love it. There's nothing in North Dakota. The recruiter did not sell me on North Dakota, to be honest. You know, Frozen actually lived in North Dakota a bit for his job. But, I mean, the offer is too late now. But yes. I hope you find something soon, Sakayan. I pulled the alt-art Blinding Ray from BT25. That was pretty cool. Wow! See, it wasn't just me who got the limited one. Congratulations! I don't know who this is, though, but congratulations! They told me 3 years on site, too. Yeah, they want you there for 3 years. But then you would have gotten experience. You never played those games? They're puzzle games. They're like point-and-click puzzle games. Like actual puzzles, like riddles and things. It's really good. I enjoy it very much. Next. I don't have much to want to talk about because I internalize everything. But just know that whatever you're going through, whatever it's now or later, you'll get through. I believe in you. You have us and your friends. We all love and appreciate you, IO. Some TikToks my friend sent me. Noob. Hey, noob! I need my authentic Asian community. It's for real though, bro. For real. It's true. You could move to not... No, I disagree. The crossover Ace Attorney was so lackluster. I felt nothing, and I'm a huge fan of both series. I did not think it was good. I thought it was lackluster. And unfortunately, I'm gonna skip the TikTok videos just for now because we have a lot of stuff to go through. Thanks, Mike! Thanks for tuning in. I very much appreciate you. I took my 5 gift subs back? Wait! No! I played it though! I honestly don't remember a single thing about it other than like witch hunts. But like, you know. So, noob, action item. You better reword this so that you're not just like, teehee, I'm so cute, I don't... Teehee, I'm so cute, I just internalize things. No, we're not doing that today, okay? Why are you telling him to come to Texas? We don't want any more people. Californians are already screwing us over. Okay, I'm sorry. I just want you to think a little bit more about yourself. No, Diabolical Box was... I really liked Unwound Future, 100%. I agree with you. But Diabolical Box also made me tear up at the end. Get outside, validation from loved ones to ground yourself. I get caught up in feelings of inadequacy and beat myself up for not doing enough in my life. But from just being present in my friends' and family's lives, I get reassured that I'm making a positive impact on them. Our own minds can be so cruel to us, so it helps to have others you love in life be there to let you know you are making a difference in their lives for the better. Maybe if others love you now, you can love yourself for you. Hi, Fian. Yo, okay. Whoever wrote this, I 100% agree with you. I'm a little bit isolated and away from family right now, but when my family came in, I felt really, even though it was tiring and, you know, it felt nice. And so, even just being present in those you care about's lives can really make a difference. It doesn't have to be something big or grand, you know? But being able to know what it is that you need or want in your life is will 100% make you feel so much better. You know? Like, sometimes distractions are good in a way to help with, like, centering yourself, but using it as a crutch and ignoring things at hand is going to be negatively impacting you. That's all I gotta say. Whoever wrote this, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm in the chill zone and having glorious fun with everything that I do. Peak TV weeks are sadly over as all the weekday shows are done. I demand Mall Season 2. I must see vengeance for Spybot, justice for the Shadow Collective. I will square up with the Inquisitors myself, show them the true color of the dark side of the Force. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh! Next. Konami is back to the regularly scheduled trolling of me, and this is absolutely canon now. I'm gonna skip the YouTube videos just for now, Cryptic, because I have a lot to go through. But, I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed the shows. I didn't even know Maul had a show on his own. Oh, it was like Young Maul, right? I just saw someone using Treat Yourself Well jacket. See, someone knows. Someone knows mental health. Oh, Supreme. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Before he had the red paint, face paint. Say, Ayo, do you like traveling? This sounds like quite the destination. Wait, this is sus. Okay, I'm gonna look at this one really quick. This is very suspicious. What is this? Is this Rickroll? Okay, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay, okay. I get it. Thank you. I will... Sure. One day. One day. We'll go together. We'll go together. How Ayo acts during every game she plays. What is this? I can't believe we got this in 2026. Well, at least it wasn't a Rickroll. What is this? How Ayo acts during every game she plays?
Here's my impression of the Princess Bride characters playing Uno.
In control of this game, do we think we are, hmm? Well, you may have tried to pull a fast one, but I'm accelerant. Some might even say I'm expedient. Now, Inigo has to draw 4, securing his loss, and you are subject to my color whim.
Alright, this is too long for me, but I appreciate the sentiment. The mall show takes place post-Order 66. What about 67? God, other people are checking out his YouTuber. Love him. I like those who put a lot of effort in their skits. I'm glad that skits are kind of coming back into YouTube through shorts, you know? They did that in Vine, OG, YouTube, so that's great. We'll go clean it together, Hobbs. Hey, Nisama Puppets here. Hopefully get yourself checked up on. Talk about mental health. I do hope everyone is checking upon themselves too. Don't be like cough me. Mental health is necessary to be taken care of. And while most people over here said mentality of a tempe, they don't know what kind of pressure they're giving everyone. Other than that, don't take your mental health too lowly too. Make sure you keep yourself in check, everyone. Hey, okay. Puppet, I'm gonna say the same thing I said. Miss it when the funny number was 69. It's okay. Like, memes and fads are just... That's just all they are. Memes and fads. There's no point in getting angry. It's all about getting zen. But this is... I'm gonna say the same thing that I said to New Puppet. It is not healthy to advocate mental health of others without advocating the mental health of yourself. Because it's like... Do you want to... Like, what if Martin Luther King didn't believe in civil rights, right? Would you believe Martin Luther King if internally he had slaves? So what are these progress reports? Yeah, so every Wednesday I have this Google form that the link is on Discord, that you could just share whatever you want to talk about this week. This week we were just talking about, I don't really think about talking Martin Luther King is really that political, is it? Hi, Sage! But Evil MLK who was No, I was gonna say something, but I can't say it on stream. But yeah, like we do this every week, and you are 100% open to submitting something, however big and small. This week is just special mental health awareness stuff. But my analogy is still standing. Of course, 100%. MLK did not have slaves. Let's just be real about that. But it's just like if you want, you gotta preach. What is it? You gotta pray what you gotta. What is it? Preach what you pray? Pray what you preach? Like, don't be Thomas Jefferson and talk about civil liberties and then just, you know, Sleep with your slaves. You know what I mean? Like, don't practice what you preach. Exactly. So this is all to say. Sorry, it's all about like, preach what you preach. Just make sure, you know, Puppet, you are also taking the time for yourself too. Please. Promise, pinky swear. This is here for everybody. But thank you for your submission. Long and busy weeks, not having fun still. Rats? Okay. Holmes? Same thing with you. Okay? It's okay to also not be okay. And, you know, acknowledging that, you know, sometimes there are times that you're not okay. Like, you can't always be happy, right? But, like, there's also, like, that understanding of, like, I'm gonna work towards, you know? So, Holmes, don't nut on me. Don't nut on me. Don't nut on me. You gotta promise me. Holmes, I care about you. Okay? I care about you. I'm gonna erase your Slay the Spire data. Yeah, it's not okay to be okay. I have to head on over. Thanks for the stream. Of course! Thanks for hanging out. You have a good rest of your evening. Don't do it. I will do it. I'm gonna get rid of all your ascensions. I had a good Regent run recently. It never happened, Holmes. It never happened. What was that one song? Hey, how you doing? I'm doing just fine. Oh! Oh, that sounds familiar. I don't remember what song that is. How to Slay the Spire data? I'll do it! Hi, Couch Potato. How are you? I just, like, it's really important. I'm hearing you guys, you know, be like, oh, yes, you're so right. Mental health is so important. And then you go and not take care of your mental health. I'm trying my best to not be like that. Okay, like I'm trying my best to tell you guys, like, there's this song from 21 Pilots called Car Radio. I need you guys to think about this, okay? No, it's important for you too. You gotta love yourself. That's what Justin Bieber said, okay? You gotta love yourself now. Love yourself now. Holmes, tell me, you promise? You promise? At least do one thing differently inside yourself. Look at the mirror and be like, I'm beautiful no matter what they say, because words will never bring me down, okay? Okay? You promise? Cashboat here. One of the most important things to remember with mental health is that everyone has their own path in life. It's unfortunately very easy to fall into a cycle of comparing yourself to others and feeling like you aren't succeeding because someone else is. That's far from the case though. Everyone's journey is different and success means something different to everyone. Be kind to yourselves and do things that make you happy even if it isn't productive. It's 100% okay to just be. Thank you, Trash Boat. This is a very good advice too. Justin Bieber also said he needed was a Beauty and the Beast. The same guy who sang Baby, Baby, Baby. Negative emotions which is off of me and not linger, which could help and give power to others. Yeah, you know, some people it's just easy not to have those kind of emotions. But sometimes there are people who do, and it's really hard for them, and it's important to do what we can to, you know, support them and support them, you know, just so, you know, life can be enjoyable for everyone. You know what I mean? But this is also very good advice. I feel this way too. Because it's like, yeah, I'm streaming and I've been streaming, but I'm not the biggest, baddest, hottest VTuber around. But I have my own mild bits of success, and I want to be able to appreciate that in everyone that I have met. You know what I mean? And of course it affects my mental health when I think like, oh, I could be John VTuber. You know what I mean? I could be John VTuber, but like I'm just Jane VTuber. You know what I mean? I'm on fire. Damn. Am I? Am I hot? So thank you, Trash Boat. I appreciate this. Greeting, most mentally normal women on the internet and are totally not parasocial followers. It is I, a man, too ADHD for depression. This is half joke, half how I think my brain is actually working. Like, one minute I'm thinking about things that suck, the next I'm planning how to build my Minecraft base. Speaking of mental health, the drive I took last Saturday, pick up river in IRL, was nice. Anyway, how was your day? So ended off enjoy something out there. Yes. I mean, you can proudly call yourself an idiot. Taking care of your mental health doesn't necessarily mean you're smart or stupid in the grand scheme of things. It's just that you know yourself and you know how to coexist and, you know, be true to your heart. Did that movie Mulan mean nothing to you when she was trying to be somebody else? She wasn't happy, okay? You gotta be yourself. Like Aladdin. All those old Disney movies. Is this a bit? Okay, this is an ice bit that he put some thought into, so I'm gonna actually play it. I mean, did he? Why is this video not loading? Hello? Yo, this video is broken! No! Ice! The video is broken, it's not loading! Oh, here it is. Okay, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright. Imagine if it wasn't a movie. I'll make a man out of you! Alright, this is his progress report bit.
I'm sane. I'm normal. I'm sane. I've never struggled with mental illness. My thinking is rational and grounded in reality. There's been no deterioration of my mental capacity in any regard over the past few years. I have maintained normal mental function. I am extremely normal. Normal. Surveillance is normal. Societies of control are normal. Being constantly observed by entities both private and public is normal. I love modern society.
What?
I love control. I love normality. I love perpetual economy. I love commodities. I love roads. I love lack of public infrastructure. I love having to drive every day to work. I love having to work to survive. I love work. I love working to buy more commodities. I love existing for consumption. I love consumption. I live to consume commodities. I love commodities. I am commodities. I do not consume mind-altering substances. The idea of substances that can affect the mind is society. It is control. The idea of addiction is control. The mind exists as it is, not as it has not. I am very normal.
Damn, that was like kind of dark, no? Okay, so whatever this... What is this from? Do you guys know this? I think this guy needs more help in the chat. How I put him down. Wait, what is this a reference to? It's really good. It's really good. I think you didn't hear the commodities. It kind of reminds me of like 1984, but that was really cool. Yeah. Maybe he wrote it himself. I don't know. That was cool. It's cool. I liked it. It's kind of like one of those mind fuckery movies. Oh my god. Okay. I kind of want to watch a movie with chat. It's not a funny comedy movie, but it's one of those movies that make you think a lot. And I think with the topic of like mental health and things like that, I think it would be pretty cool for us to watch it and like analyze it and see how it impacts everyone. So maybe I'll do that. I kind of want to watch it with everybody. Movie night's back. What's it called? It's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. You have to go in not knowing anything. It's a really good movie though. It's yeah, I can relate. Stop! Sorry, got hacked. Shut up. But yeah, that was. You seen it, Meryl? It's good, right? It's a good movie. I think we should watch it all together. I'm ready. I'm here to give you guys all depression. I mean, what? Mental Health Awareness Month! Okay, next one we have... That's one heck of a title. I think we should all watch it. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month, everyone. Should I skip this, Pika, and just go to your Google Docs later, or is this the same thing? Yeah, no, this is not anime. This is a live action movie. We should watch it. Skip it? Okay, I'll skip it. Hope you feeling better. Who is doing this? This can't be Gumball every time, right? Who would this be? Hey, I hope you're hanging in there today. I just want to give a little comments about mental health as someone who is very much a bit mental. To everyone who is struggling, is this Meryl? You are not alone. There is always someone to cheer you on, even if it's not someone you know closely or know IRL. There is always someone who is willing to listen. Keep trying, day by day, little by little. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just getting up is enough sometimes. I believe in you, no matter what. Are you saying this to yourself too, Meryl? I think it's really funny because when I know it's Meryl, when it's Meru writing it, I'm like, doubt. Like, I know he means what he says, but he also has to say what he means. You know what I mean? Like, he definitely intends to, he feels this way about everybody, except himself. And that's the thing that I want him to be able to take care of himself for. You gotta walk the walk. Good night, Noob. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out on this mental health stream. You gotta talk the walk the talk. I mean, that's just Christopher Walken. Okay, so this is Pika's Google Doc. Alright, you guys ready for this? His Google Docky. I don't have access! Pika? Hello? Pika? The first time in my life, Pika got... I hope he's still here. Please give me access so I can read your essay. Alright, next one. Happy Wednesday. You know, it's gonna be an analogy for mental health. You need access for mental health, right? Exactly. Pika just magically disappeared. Super long day today. Hope everyone does take care of their mental health, especially for this month. For all those that need to hear it, you matter and you are loved. Enjoy the vid. Talk later. This is the best progress report. Please request access. Access denied. Do I have access now, Pika? Pika! Pika, I can't read your paragraph. You put so much effort. Where'd he go? Okay, we're just gonna... I think this is Frozen's little doggy videos, right? Oh, she calf. Oh, little cow. Little baby. I have to ask for consent before mind prodding, exactly. Okay. Next one we have... Found out Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be a professor at my college after I graduated. Thanks, Shaq! I hate you now! What? Shaquille O'Neal's gonna be a professor? Of what? Business? Or is he just like a guest speaker? Like, he can't be a professor. Shaquille O'Neal? That's crazy. That's crazy. What's good? It's been a hot sec since I last popped out for a stream, but to summarize all that's happened today, it was my last day of school. Next week I'm going to MEPS for my physical for the army. Oh, it's Dio! I had to fill out some paperwork, including references and family members. Currently I'm down 30 pounds, so I'm now 220, and I can do 6 pull-ups. Got some chudlings at school addicted to Magic the Gathering, and I almost have a bicep vein where I have a pump. But other than that, it's just been boring school stuff and looking for a job. Wait, but you're going to the army. Why do you need a job? Is the next 5 ones yours? Oh, and I don't know if I do have the disorder, but I do feel like I have different personalities one another. Never tried to check out professionals yet. I think it would be good if, especially if it affects you, Puppet. I think there's many different like ways that DID can kind of display itself. Military dudes need side jobs to help with money. But don't they give you like food and stuff? Food, board? That sucks. Why are you going to the army if they don't pay for anything? That sucks. And again, I'm not very knowledgeable. Yeah, I think some people here have been in the military. Might want to check that before a high stress environment like you. Yeah, definitely, Dio. Check your mental health before, because I don't want you to get PTSD. Because it's very common for those who enroll or enlist are not ready for a lot of the mental health challenges that come from being in it. Or else they can ship me out of September, so I need money. So just make sure that you take care of yourself, okay? And I hope it works out well for you, and that you can get some good memories. But just be prepared, okay? I feel like the army it's a bit risky with what you get, you know what I mean? And I don't want anything to happen to you, Dio, okay? Promise? Take care of yourself. Go, I used the Magic Gathering card. maybe all wars can be solved by Magic the Gathering, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what I mean? Maybe we could just introduce Magic the Gathering to warmongers. Like, if you want to fight for land, just fight for land and magic. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's good that you're kind of thinking about it, Puppet. I hope you look into it a bit more. All wars should be fought over board games. Exactly. Just heard the thing where we put in some thought bubbles about mental health, and this really intrigues me because my career path and goals are directly tied to it, and it's the reason I chose the path. Something I've seen and been through before is when someone has a desire to get better but doesn't, and it leads to guilt and shame regardless of the actuality. This is especially prevalent in someone who's complacent with themselves and recognizes it but shuts down instead of consciously improving. Yeah, we actually talked about this earlier. I really do think that this is a common hurdle that a lot of people go through, where they don't feel compelled to get better. You know what I mean? And this is also something for like relationships too. Like if you're in a relationship with somebody and they really take things for granted and don't really think that there's a pressing need to really work on yourself because for one reason or another. And so this is a very common thing, and it's one of the things that I hope I can help prevent or at least improve a bit better. And so I think those who go into mental health, thank you. I know that there's a lot of unqualified and just lack of resources and a lot of different avenues that mental health professionals can go through. And so for you to go through that and do all of that, I think that's great. So thank you. Whoever this is. This is a shadow game, either this or a 22 Magna. There's another side to the coin as well. I've seen people be self-complacent and confuse it for self-satisfaction. When you feel like everything is going good, but you're actually just ignoring problems instead of making an effort to solve them due to feeling like you're already good enough and don't have to do anything to be better, I believe that general complacency stems from a lack of desire to change or lack of standards and ambitions to work towards. Hi, says Dio. For once, there actually is a hi, Dio, and no one said hi, Dio, back. But, yeah, I agree with this too. Actually, this is kind of how I feel a bit too, with my work, which is like, it's good, but it doesn't really give me fulfillment, and it's always like a thing that makes me feel, you know, struggly throughout the day, throughout my years, and there's just many different facets of like working through those feelings and deciding what's best for you. So being able to kind of even just start that conversation in your brain is really important. I like how I'm talking about this and you guys are still doing like card gaming wars in chat. That's really funny. So I just want to say, you know, if you could just take some time to think a bit more of yourself, you know, and what you need and what you want in your life. Also, hi, Dio. If you want to find Crash Out from yours truly, make sure to check the free chat After Dark channel on twitch.tv/yoyoyo. It's IO Discord server. I swear it's funny. Who is this? Who's crashing out in After Dark? I'll look at it later. Okay. I would really love to see Pika's Google Doc, but Pika disappeared and he didn't give me access. Can we get to the videos? Okay, sure. We'll watch one of your videos then. Where is it? I'll watch one of your videos. This is like no order. It's all shuffled and it's really throwing me off. It was your crash out? What crash out are you talking about? What happened? Okay. This one? How long is this video? Cryptic. Fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Roleplay. Huh, it's a little bit fitting, isn't it?
I'm going to pet this dog, Kaiba. Over here.
You'll
Kaiba.
never steal my dog, you miscreant. And don't call Mokuba that ever again.
I was talking about a real dog, Kaiba.
A real dog? Is that a monster you can summon?
Yes, it's in my deck.
The deck on your house or your deck of cards?
I hired
seems to me like animal cruelty, and yet here you are, focused on trying to defeat me with your third-rate deck.
Joey became a contractor, and I hired him to build a deck on my house.
Joey has no skills worthy of being contracted for.
I know that, but I'm his friend. I figured if I gave him something easy to do...
He would fail at it anyway.
Hey, Yuga!
Joey, you sound a little different.
I got a bunch of lumber, but I don't know how to connect it. I tried hammering it, but it doesn't stay together.
Joey, you need to lay down a base layer before putting on the top deck.
Have you tried polymerization?
Oh, polymerization, of course. Use it with the time wizard.
Joey, if you use the time wizard and flip wrong, you may reset all of your progress.
To be fair, I didn't make that much progress to begin with, so,
Hey guys, it's me, Tristan. I'm here helping on the deck too. I brought lemonade.
That's cute. That was a cute video. Very good animation, too. Alright, Pika. I still don't have access! You fool, don't gamble with Time Wizard. It's like the only card that Joey knows is Time Wizard. 1 second! See, this is the problem with Google Docs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody say Pika. Come on, give me my access! Come on! How many times do I refresh until I get access? Yes! I did it!
Hello, I'm a piece of garbage.
Thank you for the follow, Mr. Noir. Welcome to today's stream. Oh, I gotta get to America. Alright. Hello there, y'all. Firstly, happy Mental Health Awareness Month. This one's gonna be on a docky because Google Forms be hitting me with a 500 character limit. Lamau! But also that this one is just extra personal to me, so would dumb down less on the funny haha stuff and be more down to earth. First things first, want to say that I truly do hope everyone has been well too, and that they're taking care of themselves and those closest to them and checking up on others especially. Lots of people tend to act fine and say they're okay, but in reality they didn't want to burden others with their issues, so always do check up on them if it feels like something is bothering them. Arrow. You don't have to do anything grand, just having someone to understand and listen to help. It helps way more than most think. Secondly, for those experiencing family issues, I truly do wish everything gets better. I know everyone has their own family issues and I can't mention everything here, but I wanted to say that sometimes it never hurts to look into the perspective of things, to try and understand where they're coming from, even if they do seem strict at times. May not always apply to everyone, as there always will be some bad apples that sour the family, but do know that for others who think their families are irredeemable, do take a look back and just appreciate them for what it is. Even if their methods may not be right, they're still trying. Third thing I wanted to say is, for those that have been insecure about themselves and or think they're being judged, always do know that those are just how other people see you from the outside. And at the end of the day, you are you, and only you know who you are, and only you can decide what you're like, how you should behave, etc. The last thing I wanted to say here is that for those who've been close to giving up on things or feel demotivated and can't be bothered to try anymore or stressed out from everything happening all around them, just know that there's always someone out there who wants to help and support you with all their essence. There is only one you, and only you can progress your own story. This day, week, month, year, maybe even decade may have been hard, but always do know to keep going. The music's getting motivational. Oh, wait, this is Professor Layton again. This feels like, oh, it's looping. It's looping now. Because you'll always have at least one person to fall back on, which is more than most could ask for at times, whether that would be friends, family, or other people. Even having one person to ask for help is already a huge step to recovery. Stay strong. We all do believe in you persevering through all the chaos. Hi, Camerson! Happy Mental Health Awareness Month! That honestly is most of what I wanted to say here, but I wanted to just say one more thing before heading off. For everyone who's reading this right now, thank you so much for giving me a new home and letting me be who I am today. I wouldn't be here at all if it wasn't for those that stuck with me in the 2 years. Yes, 2, I joined in 2024. I've been in this community and it means everything to me to still be able to continue talking with everyone. I still try my best to give back somewhat to this community because so many people have done so much for me. Thus, this essay is one part of me just giving back and saying thank you to everyone I've met thus far. That is all I wanted to say, really. So thank you for listening to me ramble on and also giving me a chance to just write this in a docu because Google really should raise their Google Forms character limit. It's not Google Forms, it's me. It's me who did that. The local server Gremlin and Erica Myojo guy, Bika. Hey! Yeah, I did it just so people don't spam it for regular progress reports, but like, this is a special occasion, so I'll accept it. But yes, thank you so much, Pika. It is very sweet, and I appreciate you putting all this thought into it. And the fact that you would send 12 pages if it wasn't limited. Exactly. I think it's great that we have been able to be that little home for you. And I want you guys to know that like this past year or so, my server has really been a great place for me too. It's not really just, I feel like it's really grown into being something that like I really, really care about. And whenever people come in or whenever people show up in there, it really means a lot to me. So I just want to say, you know, thank you to everybody who has made it especially special. I think you all know who you are, and thank you for, even if you are someone who's just lurking in the Discord server because you don't really know what much to say or you don't feel you're a little shy, I still appreciate you so much. So full ones in MLA format, correct grandma. Yes, exactly, correct grandma. So I do want to also say thank you. Did I say thank you already? But yes, thank you. And if I have been able to impart any kind of wisdom, any kind of impact, any kind of, you know, understanding throughout your guys' minds throughout today's stream. That's me, I'm too shy. I went too chaotic. I do start to learn from time to time. I miss you though, Cameron. You always had such the funniest bops sometimes. Like you would just like bring out the shotgun and just like shoot us in the face with like your humor. That didn't come out right, but like you get the point. So I just want to say, you know, everyone is very, very special to me. Ow! And those who read my fanfic are more special than others, but that's neither here nor there. Today I found out Aochama uses me as an example for quite a few mental illness. Mario? Have you wondered why? Have you wondered why? I'm just kidding. I have called out a lot of people. Which I should have VCs more often at least. If you have time, I definitely won't pressure you. I have fanfic. I have a Beelzebub XOC fanfic. Please do not steal. There are many people who are like, I'm gonna read it, and then they don't read it. And I'm like, why would you say you would read it? Why would you say you're interested and then you don't read it? You break my heart. You break my mama's heart. But anyway, I don't know whether or not today's mental health stream. And I was a 9,000 chapter builds on my romance. I just finished 74 chapters. I'm at 74 chapters and probably almost 200,000 words. But yes. I never read it because I fears my criticism. It's true, Cryptic. I ain't gonna lie. I worry that it's not going to be your cup of tea, and that's why I haven't sent it to you. I don't want you to flame it because it's like it's scary. It's scary. I don't want people to hate it. But I know this wasn't really organized and a lot of things didn't really go as planned. But I want you all to have hopefully learned something from it, and the fact that you guys were here, even if it was just lurking. I hope this was some kind of informative and productive space for everybody. Whether or not I have more planned this week for stream, I'll think about it. I kind of enjoyed today's stream. Maybe I'll do that Spanish Duolingo thing that everyone who apparently is Spanish, you know, it's like either learning Indonesian or whatever language in Indonesia is, or learning Spanish, it seems like. I also just are hard for the best 2 billion words to describe Bale Zaman. Hot, angsty, leather-clad. I won't be traveling to fucking, not yet. I'm quite busy bee. But I do have a holiday in the US on Monday, so I do have that going for me, which is nice. But yeah, happy Mental Health Awareness Month, everybody, and please cherish yourself. Please cherish your mental health, and if you do have any questions about any resources or anything that you may want, let me know, and I will do my best to find some things to help you out if needed. Okay? I think that's pretty much it for today's stream. I'm really glad that I was able to do this. Even if it was not as, like, bells and whistles-y about it. I just enjoyed talking to you guys. So, who knows? Maybe I'll do a little stream at the end of this week, but it'll be based on how I feel. I am very tired today. So, thank you, everybody. And I will see you all again sometime soon. Oh no, someone literally just said hi. Hi, Alice Fillion, welcome. I hope to see you again later. We raided? I guess we can raid. On Twitch. Thank you for the stream, have a good night. Good night! See, we never raid. Let me just raid really quick. Shadow Legends. Okay. It is Hayami's birthday, but I also want to raid Araya because she also what is she doing? She's drawing Digimon art commissions. So wait, that's Gumdramon! Oh, that's amazing. That's adorable. Alright. Yeah, I know. Hayami's having a birthday stream. If I was a monster, I'd be 100 werewolf pups. All in one trench coat, right? Okay, so... Actually, no, I'm gonna raid Hayami. I will raid Araya next time, but it is Hayami's birthday, so you guys go say happy birthday to Hayami if you're watching through Twitch. And I'll see you all another time. Okie dokie. There's VODs, Darkbolt, but I'll see you all soon. Too bad you have to bring your brother around for classes and things like that. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon, okay? Good night, and have a good one.